Captain Jake Morrison walked slowly across the bridge of the UES Leviathan. The massive warship moved silently through the darkness of space. For 200 years, Earth had been completely quiet. No radio signals went out to the galaxy. No messages were sent to other worlds. The planet looked dead to anyone watching from far away. But Earth was not dead. Deep beneath the surface, humans had been working. They built factories in underground cities. They created new weapons that could destroy entire fleets. They studied alien messages that came from distant stars. Every day, they learned more about the galaxy around them. Dr. Lisa Hayes sat at her station reading alien communications. She had spent 10 years learning 12 different alien languages. The messages told stories of peaceful traders and explorers. The Galactic Council had 12 species that worked together. They shared knowledge and resources. They had marked Earth's solar system as empty and lifeless. Commander Paul Turner stood near the Weapons Control Center. He watched as technicians ran final tests on the ship's massive guns. The Leviathan was 15 kilometers long. It carried enough firepower to level a small moon. The weapons used technology that was decades ahead of anything the aliens possessed. Jake looked out at the stars through the bridge windows. Earth was visible in the distance, blue and beautiful. His homeworld had chosen silence over contact. While other species in the galaxy talked and traded with each other, humans had focused on one thing. They prepared for war. Admiral Karen Wells appeared on the main screen from Earth Command. Her face looked serious. "Captain Morrison, our deep space sensors have detected something troubling. A Galactic Council scout fleet is moving toward our outer planets. They will reach Jupiter in 6 months." Jake nodded. He had expected this day would come. "Are we ready, Admiral?" "As ready as we can be. The Leviathan is our finest achievement. You and your crew represent 2 centuries of human preparation. It's time to show the galaxy what we've become." The ship's quantum drives began to power up. Energy flowed through massive conduits. The Leviathan turned away from Earth and headed toward the edge of Council space. After 200 years of watching and waiting, humanity was finally ready to announce itself to the galaxy. Jake felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. Everything would change now. The quiet time was over.
Captain Zethka stared at his ship's sensors in confusion. The reptilian alien had been exploring space for 30 years. He had never seen readings like this before. A massive energy signature was approaching from the Sol system. His computers said it was impossible. Nothing lived in that dead sector of space. The UES Leviathan appeared on his view screen, like a dark mountain floating in space. Zethka's mouth fell open. His scout ship was 200 meters long. The human vessel stretched for 15 kilometers. It was bigger than most space stations he had visited. Lieutenant Amy Chen monitored the alien communications from her post on the Leviathan's bridge. She listened as the alien captain tried to contact his fleet commanders. His voice shook with fear as he described what he was seeing. Amy smiled. The aliens had no idea what they were dealing with. Dr. Rick Barnes stood next to Captain Morrison, explaining their advantage. "While the galaxy has been trading and talking for centuries, we focused on science and technology. Their ships still use fusion drives. We have quantum engines that bend space itself. Their weapons shoot plasma. Ours can tear apart atoms." Jake nodded. He had studied alien technology for years. It was hundreds of years behind human capabilities. The galaxy had become comfortable and lazy. They stopped pushing the boundaries of science. They were content with what they had. The alien ship sent a standard greeting message. Jake opened a communication channel. He spoke in perfect galactic standard language. "This is Captain Morrison of the United Earth ship Leviathan. We have been monitoring your communications for 2 centuries. Zethka's eyes went wide. "Monitoring our communications? But your world shows no signs of advanced life. Our surveys marked your system as uninhabited." "Your surveys were wrong," Jake replied calmly. "We chose to remain hidden while we observed your civilization. We have been listening and learning about every species in the galaxy." The alien captain looked at his tactical officer. The readings were terrifying. This single human ship had more firepower than his entire fleet. "What do you want from us?" Jake's expression grew serious. "We want to understand why your people are sending scout fleets toward our territory. Earth is no longer hiding, Captain, and we are not pleased with what we have observed in your galaxy."
Ambassador Thistle floated in the emergency council chamber. The ethereal being's translucent body glowed with worry as she read the technical reports. The human warship's power output was equal to their largest space stations. How had they missed an entire civilization this advanced? News of the human contact spread across the galaxy in hours. 12 different species held emergency meetings on their homeworlds. Military commanders studied the sensor data with growing fear. The human ship was unlike anything they had ever encountered. Major Steve Collins led 20 human Marines through the docking bay of the Council's primary station. The aliens stopped their work to stare as the humans walked past. Their powered armor was sleek and deadly looking. Each Marine moved with perfect discipline and training that the peaceful galaxy had forgotten existed. Dr. Nancy Foster entered the Great Council chamber carrying a datapad. She was humanity's first official diplomat, but her message was not friendly. The circular room fell silent as she took her place at the speaking platform. Hundreds of alien eyes watched her every movement. "Members of the Galactic Council," Nancy began in a clear voice, "Earth demands a full explanation of your recent activities near our territory. We also require immediate cessation of all expansion toward human space." Counselor Vexmore, a tall insect-like being, clicked his mandibles nervously. "We meant no threat to your people. We thought your system was uninhabited. Our expansion was purely exploratory." Nancy's expression remained cold. "Your ignorance is not an excuse. Earth has been monitoring your civilization for 200 years. We know about your trade routes, your military capabilities, and your expansion plans." President Alex Murphy appeared on the chamber's main holographic display. His image was broadcast from Earth to every world in council space. "People of the galaxy, today you learn that you were never alone. Humanity has watched your wars, your peace treaties, and your technological development. We have prepared ourselves while you grew comfortable." The alien leaders shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Some species began whispering about mobilizing their fleets. Others talked of immediate surrender. The balance of power in the galaxy had changed in a single day. Murphy continued his speech. "We are not conquerors, but we will not allow expansion into human territory. The galaxy will learn to coexist with Earth or face the consequences of our displeasure." The council chamber erupted in panicked discussions. Everything they thought they knew about the galaxy was wrong.
Fleet Admiral Roy Baker arrived at the edge of council space with Earth's second fleet. 12 more Titan-class warships appeared on alien sensors across the galaxy. What the Council thought was humanity's only vessel had been just the beginning. Each ship was as massive and powerful as the Leviathan. Captain Lisa Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the UES Titan as her ship moved toward an uninhabited star system. The Council had demanded proof of human capabilities. Lisa was happy to provide a demonstration. 3 rocky planets orbited the system's dying star. They would serve as perfect targets. The human fleet formed a perfect line in space. Each ship was exactly 2 kilometers apart. Their quantum drives hummed with contained energy. Weapon ports opened along their dark hulls like glowing eyes awakening from sleep. Engineer Bill Thompson monitored the gravitational weapon systems from his control station. The technology had taken Earth scientists 50 years to perfect. The weapons could bend gravity itself, tearing apart matter at the atomic level. No alien civilization had ever seen anything like it. "Begin demonstration," Lisa ordered calmly. The first planet disappeared in a flash of twisted light. Gravity waves crushed it into a ball of compressed matter no bigger than a marble. The second planet was torn apart as gravitational forces ripped through its core. Chunks of rock scattered in all directions. The third planet simply ceased to exist as its atoms were pulled apart. The entire demonstration lasted 57 minutes. 3 worlds that had existed for billions of years were reduced to floating debris and cosmic dust. The human ships remained in perfect formation, completely undamaged by the forces they had unleashed. Admiral Susan Clark transmitted the recording to every Council world. "This is what human military doctrine looks like," she announced. "We do not fight long battles, we do not negotiate with enemies, we solve problems quickly and completely." The galaxy's most powerful military force decided to test humanity's strength. The hegemony warfleet consisted of 300 ships from 6 different species. They met the human Second Fleet at the border worlds, confident in their numbers. The battle lasted exactly 14 minutes. No human ship was damaged. The hegemony lost 180 vessels before their remaining commanders surrendered. Their most advanced weapons could not even scratch human armor. Word spread across every civilized world. Humanity was not just another species seeking territory. They were gardeners who had been watching and waiting. Now they had decided the galaxy needed to be pruned.
6 months after first contact, Captain Jake Morrison stood in the grand ceremonial hall of the UES Leviathan. Representatives from all 12 council species sat around a massive table made of polished metal and glowing crystal. The Terran Accords were ready for signing. Ambassador Thys Al pressed her ethereal hand against the digital treaty pad. Her species had been the first to accept Earth's terms. Captain Zeth Ka signed next, followed by the other alien leaders. Each signature meant acceptance of humanity's position as the galaxy's ultimate authority. Dr. Lisa Hayes established research stations on 50 different worlds. Human scientists worked alongside alien researchers, but always under Earth's supervision. Humanity began sharing some of their technology with species that proved responsible and peaceful. Medical advances that could save millions of lives. Clean energy sources that could power entire civilizations. Commander Helen Price managed the new galactic defense grid from her command center on Luna. A network of human-controlled stations monitored every ship that moved between star systems. Pirates and raiders found their vessels disabled before they could harm innocent traders. The galaxy had never been safer from external threats. President Alex Murphy announced the Great Opening during a ceremony broadcast to every inhabited world. Earth's cities would finally open their doors to alien visitors. Underground metropolises that had grown in secret for centuries were revealed. Massive factories that produced the galaxy's most advanced technology. Universities where human children learned alongside young aliens. But the visits came with strict rules. No more than 1,000 aliens could visit Earth each year. They could stay for only 30 days. Everything they saw was monitored and recorded. Earth remained humanity's fortress, beautiful but protected. Admiral Karen Wells watched from Earth's orbital command station as new human exploration fleets departed for distant galaxies. With the local galaxy secured and organized under human protection, it was time to see what other neighborhoods existed beyond the rim.
Jake looked out at the stars from his quarters aboard the Leviathan. Alien children in schools across the galaxy now learned human history as part of their standard education. They understood that their golden age of peace existed because humanity allowed it to continue. The galaxy was quiet now, but it was a different kind of quiet than before. It was the silence of a well-ordered garden, tended by careful gardeners who had the tools and will to remove any weeds that might grow too large.